how's your room? How's it doing? You know, is it treating you nice? The most important component, it really is the room itself that you have your audio system in, has a huge effect on the sound. Now, there's not a lot you can do about the dimensions of your room, but there's a lot you can do about how the sound is filling your room, and that's what this little discussion is going to be centered on, right? Now, the thing is, it's funny, whenever I post the photos that you guys send in from my gallery shows, many viewers, many comments are critical. Oh, that room must suck, blah, blah, blah. I was like, take it easy. Take it easy. It's that guy's room. He's figuring it out as best he can, right? But I'm here to provide some basic ideas for room, let's say, treatment, to make your room sound better than it already is, right? So the first thing is, when you move into a new house or a new apartment, you walk into an empty room and you realize how echoey it is, how reverberant it is. It's like really nasty slap echo going on there. Okay, when you have your furniture in there and hopefully a rug on the floor or carpeting, that is ameliorated to some degree, right? So we go from an empty room is probably the worst sounding room of all, right? So you put stuff in the room, it gets a lot better. Good. We're on the right track. So the next thing is, think about the surfaces of the room, mainly the walls, but also the floor. So you gotta have carpeting or at least a rug near the speakers to get rid of that bounce off the floor. If you have bare wood floors or bare hard surface floors, that's not a good idea, because that bounce off the floor is nasty, because it's also going to bounce and hit the ceiling and go back and forth, and it's bad. You don't want to do that, trust me, right? So at least a rug near the speakers. Next up is the walls. If you just have large unbroken walls with nothing on them except maybe a picture or two, that's not going to be good. So the wall is a giant reflector. Okay, so you put stuff on the walls, furniture, bookcases, record racks and stuff. Anything that breaks up that flat surface on a wall will help. Same with windows and mirrors. Well, mirrors are going to be, again, something to try to be avoided anywhere near the speakers. But windows, bare glass, again, like a mirror, is a huge reflector, not great for sound. So covering the windows with at least curtains, or better yet, drapes or anything heavier to minimize that reflection will definitely help your sound. So, those are the things, and just soft things in the room, like an overstuffed couch, things that absorb sound in the room to stop that bouncing around will definitely reduce that reverberation, that echoey sound of the room. And that's mainly what we're shooting for here. As I said, we can't change the dimensions of your room. Now, one of the best ways to reduce those reflections is to get diffusers. So a diffuser is a room treatment that breaks up that reflection, and just instead of trying to absorb it, which is really hard to do unless you invest heavily in absorption, but a diffuser, the sound hits it and then breaks it up. So it just opens it up so your ear doesn't hear it as a direct reflection. And this company, GIK Acoustics, I've made a video, I think I made a video about it. I will link to it below. And they sell diffusers in different sizes and prices. So yeah, it's not going to be free, but for $500 or something, you could get some significant diffusion in your room and reduce a lot of that harshness. And they have people at GIK that you can talk to, and they will help you along the way of figuring out what's going to work best in your room. But the basic point here is you want to minimize reflections in your room. That's it. Room acoustics is a complicated art. Even trained acousticians just can't snap their fingers and make room sound hugely better than they already are. They can't basically do beyond what I just recommended in terms of being aware of the bounce off the floor and minimizing that with a rug, minimizing reflections off of large surfaces of your walls and mirrors and windows. All of those things are relatively straightforward ways of making any room sound better. And I think I've covered it. I mean, if you want to read textbooks, go right ahead. But at the end of the day, my advice here will be effective. It's not going to make a bad room sound great, but it will improve it. It'll make an average room sound better than it already is. That's what I can offer you guys. So, my name is Steve Guttenberg. This is the Audiophiliac Daily Show, and I really appreciate you guys watching. It really means a lot to me. If you dig it, subscribe, hit that button right down there. Check out my Twitter page at Audiophiliac Man. You can follow me on Instagram at steve.guttenberg. You can check out my Patreon. Kick in a buck or two every now and then. Not so bad. And you can find that at patreon.com/audiophiliac. As always, thank you so much for watching.